Welcome back to GrizzlyStik. Last weekend I had the privilege of going to Trophy Hunter Supply, and I got to talk with Robb Hummel. That guy is a brain. He is so knowledgeable about arrows, and that shop, they sell tons of quality hunting setups. So I sat down with him. We had a small discussion about, what's it like being a shop selling arrows that are kind of against what the industry standard is, that being higher front of center, slightly higher weights, as well as we just talked about, why do we shoot better with heavier arrows? What is the deal with that? Why is it more forgiving? How does it make the bow feel? And I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was pretty interesting. So let's skip over to my interview with Robb. We talk effective range, and the thing that always gets me is people talk effective range just with sights, but not necessarily what our arrow's carrying, because we know that arrows shed velocity but not mass weight.
Yep.
And that is a big part of what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you have those lighter poundage bows, maybe a short draw length. When I was shooting, when I tried compound, I was only at 27 inches.
Yeah.
And even that's a handicap compared to, Garen, the cameraman right now, and he's 30 and a half. And even our other buddy that helps us out, he's 33.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, you can get a 60-pound, you can use a 60-pound bow and you're rolling.
Yeah.
You're way ahead of me.
Like my current setup, I'm running black 250s, brass insert, 200 grain head, with fletching and everything. We're at like 658 grain.
Okay.
And out of my 70-30 bow, I'm getting 260 out of them.
That's a great speed.
I'm like,
that's a lot of speed there.
That's flying for me. That's the last year and a half, 2 years. I've been used to being in that 220 to 230 range, depending on what arrow I was using. And so as I started setting up this new bow, and I'm like, man, this thing is just fast. And that bow just seems to really like the weight. I was blown away when I did my initial efficiency comparison, and I had nearly a 10 foot-pound jump in kinetic energy from my 5 grain per pound test arrow to my hunting arrow.
That's even more funny with what you see online with the kinetic energy stuff.
And
we don't even push that.
But that's as you go up in weight. I always laugh when people say that you need speed for kinetic energy. I use kinetic energy as more of a efficiency gauge.
What has me hooked isn't even the things that we've already talked about with trajectory. It's the comfort and how accurate you are when you start using those. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's the eighth wonder of the world that I'm more accurate with something that's heavier.
Oh, and a big part of it, it's a confidence thing.
Yeah,
you start
the
seeing
confidence
that
is big, especially with the trad guy.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah, and that's you start seeing that in practice, and then you start stepping out a little further, practicing a little further, and then in your hunting range, your confidence just goes through the roof.
We think comfort. Now, I still shoot compounds in shops, and I test them out. I like to see what's good, but what's amazing is that you can take a super aggressive cam and you tone it down to like a target cam when you start releasing those heavier arrows, and it's a product of using a lot more of the energy, like we've talked about, of that potential energy that those limbs load up on. And do you notice that too?
Yeah,
they're so tame.
That's the higher that arrow weight is, when you release the string, the reaction isn't as violent, and more of that energy is being transferred into the arrow instead of being wasted and going back into the limbs and the riser. It's one of those where if a little bit's good, well, what about a little more? And once they get over the fact that they're not shooting 300 plus feet per second, then you can really kind of start playing around. See what flies best with your bow.
It's the open-mindedness that's going to lead to that curiosity. And none of this is to take away the fact that we are condoning unethical shots.
No,
it's about taking the right shot, but just that
shot.
Things happen. It's not about if an animal isn't, let's say it's perfectly not facing towards you. We're not saying shoot it up, down through the back, up through the hind end.
I always get guys that think that that's what we're saying.
Right.
And it's like,
no, it's not what the company's about either.
Take that clean, ethical shot, but if something changes, that's 2 years ago, I had 8-yard shot out of my tree stand.
It's fantastic.
And it was grazing, it's comfortable, it's relaxed. Right when I hit the trigger, it took a step and brought its head over this way. Then, instead of my high lung, low lung exit, I hit square vertebrae. Now, if I hadn't been using a single bevel and a decent amount of weight, I've seen that where, I mean, vertebrae, if you get between them, it's not bad, but you hit one square.
That's probably as close to heavy bone as we can get on a whitetail,
I mean,
except for the
that's
joint.
one of the heaviest bones you got, except for the joints, the ball sockets.
Yep.
And that was, I had full pass through. I mean, that was, I split the vertebrae through the back lung, out through the rib cage, and I buried the arrow.
I hope you guys enjoyed listening to Rob. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. This guy right here, he's probably, I mean, he taught me most of what I even learned. I mean, I met him online, and I mean, he's grinding. He's showing customers the right way to do it.
Thanks for watching that interview with me and Rob. I had a fun time. It was great to be there, shoot some bows, hang out, talk about what we love and what we're passionate about, that being hunting and making sure everyone's got awesome setups for the upcoming whitetail and turkey and elk, all those seasons that it's just crucial to have proper arrow setups. If you guys have had GrizzlyStik success, please send in your photos. We love to look at them, and we'd love to feature you on this channel. Send it in and a brief description of what happened and how you killed your animal, and I'd love to feature you. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment below with any questions you have. Thanks.